Support provided by the LSU Alumni Association and the Cook Hotel and Conference Center at LSU.
Here they come, sweetest threads in college football on Saturday. The City Edition threads for Tulane as they take the field at Yulman Stadium, sold out for this game against Florida Atlantic. First quarter, maybe the punt returner was tipping his hand. The sun's in his eyes off of Claiborne Avenue, and that's a problem because Easton Messer loses the ball. He muffs it, Tulane gets it, and they are in great shape. How good? Very next play. Jimmy Calloway on the end around from Retzlaff, and he's gone. 14 yards for the touchdown, and just like that, Tulane is up 7-0. Next FAU possession. Well, evidently, no one wants to get these new threads dirty because Caden Veldkamp hits Easton Messer, and he makes up for that muff punt, breaks a tackle there, moves here, breaks another tackle here, gets past another one. Finally, he's brought down to the 36-yard line. Huge gain for FAU. It leads to a Garrison Smith field goal. 25 yards out, sneaks it in past the left pole. It's 7-3. First play of the second quarter, Jake Retzlaff looking right, and he's going to let it fly. And it is perfect to Bryce Bohannon over the shoulder who gets separation, and that's a touchdown, and it's 14-3, wave on top. 3 minutes later, Veldkamp ends a 75-yard drive with this 4-yard dart to the back of the end zone to Jayshon Platt. It's now 14-10. John Summerall doesn't look worried. You know why? Because Retzlaff is at quarterback, and he's leading the wave again. 75 yards back down the field. He hits Anthony Miller Jr. for the touchdown. Yes! He's pumped. 21-10, wave up top. Third quarter, quick touch pass from Veldkamp to Messer. Looks like he's going to score. Jaheim Johnson has other ideas, bounces him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Now it's 4th and 1. Veldkamp up the middle, and the Green Wave make a goal line stand. 3rd and 1.5, 4th and 1, and FAU is denied getting in the end zone. Under 4 minutes to play, Scott, in the third, another 4th down for FAU. How tough is this open field tackle?
It's really tough. I mean, this is why you got to get space players. You have to be able to run on the defense to make plays like that.
I mean, Mekhi Williams, open field all alone, makes that tackle and stops him on 4th down. Tulane gets the ball back. Jamari McClure up the middle. Now it's 28-10, wave are rolling. 28-16, mid-4th. A little trickery. Toss it back to Retzlaff. He goes downfield to Johnny Pascuzzi, 22 yards on the gain. 4 plays later, Retzlaff caps it off with a touchdown. Hey, it's 35-16, wave are rolling. FAU, though, goes right back down the field. Veldkamp to Messer, 12 yards out with another dart. We told you Veldkamp's the best passer in the American, and he showed it yesterday. Great arm, but not enough to get past this Tulane team. 3rd and 9, Retzlaff hands it off to McClure. He gets 19 yards. That's it. That's all. Tulane runs out the clock, and they get the win. 35-24, Retzlaff throws for 241 and 2 touchdowns on the day. The Owls had 4 turnovers. More on Tulane's defensive effort in just a moment. Next up for the Green Wave, they control their destiny, but they got to get it done on the road next weekend up at Philly against Temple. But before we get to that, let's hear from John Summerall and company on the big win by the Green Wave.
Really thrilled that our guys stayed focused on the task at hand. You know, there's been a lot of distraction in regards to, like, I've had people ask me about tiebreakers for conference and all this other stuff, and I'm like, I just win a freaking game, you know. And so I think if you worry about what's could be way out in front, you get lost about like what's right in front. And I'm just very grateful for our guys' focus and attention to be present, be in the moment.
We try to go 1-0 every week. We don't really try to listen to what the media say and the critics. We just try to go 1-0 every week and get better and better.
I really don't think about it much. I just go in every week. Sometimes I don't even know who we play until, like Coach said, so I just, 1 week at a time, trying to get better every day, you know, ready for the week, just work.
I think the one thing I'm most proud of Jamari, you know, he was a little beat up this week. He was limited Wednesday's practice. I'm not going to say the injury. Don't tell him the injury. I don't want anybody to know what it is. But he was a little bit, had to be limited with his reps. And so for him to fight through it, show up to rehab, perform the way he did today, he's taking steps forward. 10 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown. We're privileged to have another Tulane great running back here tonight, Matt Forte. So I introduced Matt to the locker room, which was fun, and then I said he's trying to maybe become Matt Forte one day. We'll see, but he got a long way to go.
That would be quite the compliment to come Matt Forte. I bet Matt Forte is looking at some of this offense going, I wish I played with them.
Yeah.
Look, that UTS game when they lost there was a bit of an outlier because when this offense is rolling, Scott, like it was yesterday, it's fun to watch because Retzlaff, we know he can run it. We know he can sling it. Now he's got support.
Yeah, and that support starts with the running game. The running game yesterday, I think, it looked as good as it's looked all year, and that's a good sign, especially late in the year. You want to be able to run the football and play good defense. And obviously, the quarterbacks played outstanding most of the year, one of the greatest transfer portals of the offseason, and it's a well-coached team. So this Tulane offense, when they get to going like they are and they can add balance to their team, they're tough to beat.
The offensive line is giving him time, and they're opening up holes for this running back situation because now we're seeing trick plays. We see him run, but we see him able to roll out, stick behind that line. And some of those passes yesterday, I mean, they were just right in the bread box.
Yeah,
right on
yeah.
target.
Retzlaff's playing some of his best football. We said earlier in the year, we were surprised at how many times he used his legs. But you can see as he's getting comfortable with his offense, with his receivers, and that it takes time. Timing, the chemistry, all that stuff takes time in the passing game. But I just love the makeup of this team. You listen to those answers, and there's times where I don't even know who we're playing until we get to the game week. Some of the best teams I played on, it wasn't about who we were playing. It was a faceless opponent. It was about how are we going to play, no matter who they put in front of us. So this team has the right identity, what they're doing, but they have the right personality as well.
I know they don't want to focus on it, but I promise you they're looking at it in the standings of the American because right now with the win and the way things have fallen with Navy, what happened yesterday with South Florida now, Tulane basically controls its destiny. They have 2 games left at Temple, then they got to play Charlotte. You see, Charlotte's 1-9 on the season, winless in conference. Tulane can win those games. They put themselves in position not only to play in the American Championship, possibly host the championship game for the conference, and of course that could have big bowl ramifications. There's a look at the American standings up to the moment, but again, it all starts with Temple in a 2:45 kick next week. Scott, let's talk about and take a look at this Tulane defense because I wanted to ask you when you're on defense, how many tip drills did you do? Because I'm telling you, I can think of half a dozen tip drills, offensive, defensive side, but Tulane's defense had them again yesterday. Goal line stands, turnovers, tips on the interception. They always seem to be there. Is that something that has worked on consistently? Because they're doing it.
Oh, yeah. You work on it a lot. The teams that take the football away, because that's what it's about. Yes, you want to tackle the guys. You want to limit points. It's about taking the football away and getting them back to your offense so they have an opportunity to score more points. So every Wednesday, Thursday, it was turnover circuit. It was tip drills. It was punching the ball out, taking the football away.
I mean, you just got to have somebody in the right place at the right time. But I told you earlier, they forced 4 turnovers. Look, here's one again. Deflection, tip, there's a guy right there to pick off. They had another interception later in the game, but it was the same thing. I can remember one of the touchdowns early in the ball game or early in the season for Tulane to win off of a tip. But then here's the turnover. I told you the punt returner may have tipped his hand. He couldn't see the ball with the sun. His problem, not Tulane's, but again, it's another turnover. Opportunistic for this Green Wave defense, and when the offense is playing like we just talked about, that's trouble for opponents.
Yeah, and you know what? Good things happen when you play with effort. Coaches always tell you, full speed of the ball every single play till the whistle. That's how good things happen. That's how you get those tip drills. That's how you force fumbles, full speed hat to the football. And we said their ball was going to be up a lot yesterday. 57 attempts, and that's a lot of opportunities. 3 takeaways, 3 interceptions. So great job by the defense making them pay when they threw the ball.
Yeah, now we'll see if they can carry this momentum on the road next weekend at Temple.